What's up everyone, it's Kelly and today I've got another swatch review for you. So today we are talking about the newest collection from Ice Cream Nails, which is the Holo Supreme Part 2 collection. So about half a year ago, Ice Cream Nails came out with their Holo Supreme collection, which was 10 really gorgeous holographic polishes. And they were so incredible. We had a black holo, we had a silver holo, we even had some neon linear holos. And now they are back. They just released 10 new polishes in this Part 2. And they're all pretty different from the originals. But before we get into the swatches, if you haven't heard of Ice Cream Nails before, they are an independent nail polish brand that is based out of Australia, but they are available internationally. They are 10 free, meaning they are free of 10 of the potentially harmful ingredients that are often found in nail polish. They are vegan, meaning they do not use any animal-derived ingredients, and they are cruelty-free, meaning they do not test their products on animals. And all of their polishes are also plant-based and breathable. So I'm gonna swatch all of the new polishes, but then at the end, I'm gonna do a comparison so you can see all of the old polishes and the new polishes in rainbow order, so you can actually see the differences between some of the newer ones and some of the older ones, and you can decide from there which ones you need in your collection. So yeah, let's just dive right into the swatches, then we'll talk a little bit more about pricing, availability, my thoughts, all that good stuff. So roll the footage. So as with all of my swatch review videos, I am using base coat underneath all of my swatches just to protect my natural nail and prevent any stains. Today I am using the Cuccio base coat once again. So we'll go in a sort of rainbowy order here. This first shade is called Bloodline, and it is a super deep, rich red linear holo, and you can immediately see this is a nice dark vampy color. It really does have that blood red quality, and the more coats you paint on, the deeper that color gets, so it ends up being really gorgeous in two. I feel like I could do a third coat to make it even deeper, but I got really nice coverage in that second coat, and I think it looks absolutely stunning on. I found that the holo in this one was pretty difficult to capture. It wasn't like blindingly holographic, but it definitely has that really nice line of rainbow in there. It was just for some reason being very camera shy. Moving on, we have the shade Nonstop Holo, and this one is an orange linear holo, and this one's actually really interesting. It's not a perfect orange. I would say this leans a little bit on the peachier, almost salmon color side, and as you can see, it's really opaque. All of these polishes have such a nice first coat application. I feel like they would be really great for nail art for that reason, but you can see it just had really nice opacity, a really beautiful, easy formula, and this one you can just see how vibrant and holographic it is. Even though it's a lighter color, it really shows those rainbows through really nicely. Next up, we have the shade Pay Me in Holo, and this one is a holographic yellow polish. So this one was a little bit different in that it had a little bit of a jelly-like formula to it. So it was almost like this yellow jelly base that had this linear silver holo pigment running throughout, and I actually really liked the way that it looked in two coats, but you could still see visible nail lines. So on that free edge, you could see it's a little bit lighter where my visible nail line was. So I ended up trying out a third coat just to see what that looked like, and I did find that it was more opaque there, but I think this is a really beautiful color. When I was applying it, I really couldn't see the holo pigment at all, but once it dried, I noticed that it was definitely a lot more rainbowy. It's not necessarily like the full holographic rainbow, but it still has that rainbow kind of shimmer in there. There's just some colors that are a little bit more muted than others, and it's just this really beautiful golden yellow color. It reminds me of honey or bees. I just think it's really pretty. Next up, we have the shade The Green Life, and this is a very unassuming regular green polish in the bottle, but when I tell you, I gasped so hard when I saw this on the nails. I have no idea how I couldn't tell from the bottle, but on the nails, this is the most vibrant, stunning green holo polish. I can't even believe my eyes. It's so gorgeous. It has this intense saturation and brightness to it, and it has a little bit of a cool tone to it. You can still see that rainbowy color in there, and it's just so beautiful. It's very eye-catching. It almost doesn't even look real. And moving on, we have the shade Ride the Wave. I was still reeling from that gorgeous green polish, and again, I was just absolutely stunned by this color as well. In the first coat, it was looking a little simple. In the second coat, I was just stunned by how gorgeous it is. It's another one of those just beautiful turquoisey summer blue colors that I just can't get enough of. It looks like a beautiful pool, water sparkling with the sunlight hitting it with the rainbows, and I just can't get enough. It's so gorgeous. These two polishes are by far my favorites in the collection. I just think there's something so eye-catching about them. Next up, we have the shade Ice Cream Holo, and this one is a periwinkle holographic polish. So a little bit sheer on the first coat. I was worried this was going to be a 3-coater because again, it had a little bit of that jelly-like formula, so you could see that visible nail line very well in that first coat. But once I applied the second coat, I did get full coverage. Now I do have short nails, so if you have longer nails, you might need a 3rd coat for this one, but I was pretty impressed with the coverage in that second one, and I really enjoyed this color as well. It's a pretty unique shade. It feels a little bit light, a little bit summery, but you could also wear this as a nice wintry shade. Next up, we have a few deeper colors. So this one is called Electric Holo, and it's this really rich primary blue base with the linear holographic pigment. And this is another really beautiful one. You can see it's super opaque. It was almost fully opaque in that first coat, and I was able to get full coverage in that second coat. And this one I noticed was a little bit less crazy holographic. It was definitely a little bit more subtle. You could still see the lines of rainbow. I don't think they picked up on camera as nicely because that blue is just so bright. You can almost barely see the holo in there, but in person you could definitely see a little bit of that holo rainbow, just a little bit more subtle. Next up, we have Drowning in Holo, another super deep holographic polish, and this one is a navy blue base, and again, just really opaque, almost there in that first coat. And I think this would be so nice for nail art just because of how opaque it is. And that second coat just gave me perfect coverage. It looks like a beautiful starry night sky. We have a lot of that like wintry, mysterious kind of vibe, but then you have that really nice rainbow sparkle. It leans a little bit blue, that holo sparkle, but you can definitely see all of the other colors as well. Again, just a little bit more subtle. Next, we have your Royal Holo, and you can see the pigment in this one in the bottle actually settled a little bit, but that doesn't affect the actual application of the polish. Now, in the bottle, I thought that this color was almost the exact same as Drowning in Holo, but as soon as I applied it, I realized it's a pretty different color. So this is like a really deep, cool toned purple base, and again we have that linear holographic pigment running throughout, but you can see this one is very vibrantly purple. You'll see also in the comparison, if you're still struggling to see the differences, you will see them side by side. But again, just a really beautiful shade, a nice subtle holo in there, but it looks so beautiful and deep and sparkly. And last but not least, we have Holo Berry, and this one is a light purple linear holo polish. So again, super sheer on that first coat. It looked like that sort of jelly-like formula, although it was pretty self-leveling and not patchy at all. So if you ever wanted like a sheer coat of holo, I feel like this could be a pretty good one for it. So I ended up getting full coverage in 2 coats. I think this color is really beautiful. I love that cool purple. It feels like a nice pastel-y kind of color, and again, you get those beautiful rainbows in there as well. So just a nice, simple, soft purple holo. So here are all of the new shades together, and you can see we have a nice mix of colors, a nice rainbow going on, which I was really impressed by because I thought that the originals was a nice rainbow going on. So I was wondering how similar these would be from the originals, and I did remember there being like a turquoise, a nice vibrant green, colors like that. But let me tell you, when you see all of them together, actually let me just show you. Okay, here they all are together, and I love seeing all of these side by side. This just makes me so excited. So we have all of these shades from the original set as well as the new set, and you can see they just create the most gorgeous rainbow. And we have pretty much every color covered here, and so many variations. Even within the same color, you can see little differences that really differentiate the polish, for lack of better word. I feel like you could really use these different polishes in different instances. Like you can see we have those 2 kind of teal turquoisey colors. One of them is a lot bluer and a little bit more saturated, and one of them's a little bit more holographic. And then we have 3 beautiful greens. We've got that neon green, we've got that really vibrant green, and then we have that deep foresty green. So, oh man, I just love seeing all of these together. I cannot get enough of this collection. I would love to see them come out with a part 3, but I'm honestly wondering, are there more colors to do? I don't even know. Maybe more pinks and purples. So those are all of the new polishes as well well as the original polishes. And overall, I have to say I'm very excited to see more holos from Ice Cream Nails. I think they absolutely nailed the original formulas, and I think we had some polishes in the first collection that were just absolute must-haves, and I feel the exact same way about this collection. There are some polishes that just absolutely blew me away. I also love seeing them really expand the amount of holos they have and the different colors that they have, so you can really pick and choose exactly which ones you want. Although I will admit, as a nail polish lover, I can justify owning all of them, and I think you guys probably do it too. I think they're all different enough, so it's fine. And I also really appreciate that they have polishes that are holographic but also feel seasonally appropriate for not just the summer. I think with those neon polishes from the original collection, it just felt like the perfect summer shades, and now we have these really dark, deep, moody polishes, and I feel like those are just perfect for fall winter, which of course it currently is in Australia. So it's just nice to have a well-rounded holo collection. So all of these polishes come in 10 milliliter bottles. They actually have the little ice cream cone shaped bottle with the brush. It's not difficult to use at all. It definitely does take maybe one nail to get used to, but they're really easy and user friendly. And they also do have a medium wide flat brush for easy application. And all of their polishes retail for $13.50 USD on the Ice Cream Nails website, but I actually have a discount code. You can use the code KELLI20 to get 20% off your order there. So I will link that all down below. But yeah, that is it for my thoughts on this collection. I would love to hear what you think. What do you think of the new shades? What do you think of the old shades? Did you pick any of them up, or are you planning to? And which of the two collections do you prefer? Or actually, let's do what's your favorite from the originals and what's your favorite from the new polishes. Leave it all in the comments. We can chat about it. If you enjoy my swatch and review videos, please give this one a thumbs up. It lets me know I'm doing a good job. And if you're not already subscribed to my channel, please consider subscribing. I put out new videos every Tuesday, Friday, and Sunday. I also have a vlog channel where I'm posting more frequently. If you want to see some behind the scenes stuff going on in my personal life, definitely check that out. And of course, a huge shout out to my Cosmic Admirals on Patreon, Amanda M, Rocket Man's daughter, and Paula. I really appreciate your support, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye. Today's fun fact question comes from Patreon supporter Delane, and Delane wants to know, is it ever right or necessary to do a double coat of base or top coats? So I generally don't do a double up on base coat. I've heard mixed reviews on if it helps with staining or not. I think there are some applications where it works pretty well. For example, if you want to use a strengthening base coat and then you want to use a stain preventing base coat, I think that would work really well. I also think it makes sense to do something like a strengthening base coat and maybe a peel off base coat if you want to do something with glitter and you want easy removal, but you also want to strengthen your nails a little bit. So I guess my answer is, as far as base coat goes, I think it only really makes sense if you're doing a strengthening base coat. Otherwise, it doesn't necessarily make sense to me to double up on the same base coat, like doing 2 layers of the same base color. But again, I can't say for absolute certainty. My nails aren't really prone to staining because I do have pretty oily nail beds. So if anybody has an answer to that, definitely leave it down in the comments. But as far as top coat, I do double up on top coat sometimes. I do it when I am doing nail art. A lot of times I'll do regular top coat and then a matte top coat on top of that, just to smooth everything out onto one layer. But also when it comes to glitter polishes, a lot of times I will do 2 coats of top coat just to really smooth it out, because sometimes glitters can be a little chunky and they can sort of eat that finish away and it feels a little lumpy and bumpy on the nails, and I don't always love that feeling. So in those cases, I will double up as well. But yeah, that is it for today's video, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye!